More than 100 Berkeley High School students are planning to head to our nation's capital to make their voices heard.
That's right. They'll be taking part in the growing national movement called March for Our Lives. Now here's a live look at Washington, D.C. on this Friday morning. The march again happening tomorrow. 7 Action News reporter Matthew Smith has been talking with some students who are going. He's live near Berkeley High School. And Matt, what motivated them to get involved?
Well, Alicia, so many of them say that they really just want their voices, their opinions to be heard when it comes to gun violence inside of schools. Of course, all of this spurred on by that deadly shooting that left 17 dead in Parkland, Florida.
It's a day many of us won't soon forget. Panicked students running, crying parents, 17 dead after senseless violence. What's happened since? The victims became advocates, and now their voices are growing.
The people who are out there, the kids who need to take part in this, are kids, everyday kids just like us. They are students who need to understand that this can very quickly happen to them.
Since that deadly shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas, we've seen the president meet with students, walkouts nationwide, including more than 100 here in Michigan just last week, all in the name of stopping school violence.
And I think that's really important to see that, especially as a young person. We don't really see our voices in one place and people with similar opinions taking action, but we see that now.
Reginald Hawkins says it can't stop, which is why he and his friends organized more than 100 Berkeley High School students to join Saturday's March for Our Lives in D.C. Some say it could rival the Women's March in size, but it'll be student-run, student-led, and for Hawkins, that much more powerful because of it.
I just want to see a change so when I know my siblings and younger friends go to school, and when I go to school, I don't have to worry about someone coming in our school or being on a lockdown or having to worry about someone coming to do some tragedy to our building.
Hawkins tells me that this really came together in such an impressive way. They had a meeting inside the school that you see behind me right here, and it was so big that students were into the hallway. Then they started to get together and try to rent a rally bus. The first one filled up in a matter of a day or two. They got a second one. It filled up in 3 days, and then they just kind of ran out of time to continue to add more buses. But more than 100 students will now be leaving this area later on tonight. They actually have a GoFundMe to kind of help defer some of the costs, but either way, they're already going. And to ask how dedicated they are, they're not staying one single night there. They're hopping on the bus, going there, marching, turning right around, and coming right back here. That's how important it is. They know it's a short trip, but they want their voices to be heard among those mass protesters, more expect to be tens of thousands in D.C. We're live outside of Berkeley High School this morning. Matthew Smith, 7 Action News.